We live. Hold on, let me get up in the light. Get in the light. We live. Thrill Boxing Magazine. I'm your host, Mike Thrill, baby. And listen, man, I'm back. This one I'm going to do for YouTube. I'm going to do a little podcast right now. Y'all going to see me cook a little podcast right now. But yeah, we had a great night of boxing. We had a memorable, amazing night of boxing. I'm talking, this was one of them ones that's going to be remembered forever, talked about forever. And, we got Bud Crawford fighting Canelo. But before I get to all of that, you know what I'm saying, I do have to speak on the undercard, the build up and everything that happened before, cuz even months back, it was a lot of discussion. It was a lot when it came to the card. A lot of people thought the card would be a little bit more like star-studded. I think the card was pretty good, it was a solid card, you know what I'm saying? A few things could have been moved around on the card, but it's cool, for starters. We had Brandon Adams and Boachuk. They had a rematch. They had 154, Brandon Adams stopped Boachuk in the 8th round, 2021. And I felt like that should have been on the main card. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the young dude named Muhammad. He was fighting a guy named Travis Crawford or something like that. And the dude only had like a fight or a couple fights. I felt like that fight should have definitely been on the main card. Brandon Adams definitely did his thing. Boachuk gave him a great fight. This time it went the distance. And shout out Brandon Adams, man. I feel like Brandon Adams should have been promoted a lot better. I felt like he should have been like, the bigger promoters dropped the ball on him, man. Talented guy. He could punch too. That motherfucker was going in Boachuk's body. And Boachuk is real awkward. Boachuk, he looked like he getting hurt a lot more than he really is. But he's solid, man. He's solid. Now, we had Chris Mobili versus Lester Martinez. Now, that one was one that I was real excited for. That one was I was like, yeah, this gonna be a banger. I thought it was gonna end in a knockout. I thought it was gonna end in a knockout because Mobili got that volume. He just keep coming all night and just fucking, he don't stop. That relentless pressure he has, and Lester is cracking. And when I say cracking, I mean cracking. I mean Lester hit you and your fucking brain get to scramble, So I knew that was gonna be a banger, man. Lester Martinez, I felt like he had the better of the work. I thought he would be the one tiring in there. And it was actually Chris Mobili who looked more tired to me. It was actually Lester who used his feet a little bit more to me. I felt like he could have used his feet a lot more and, made the fight a little bit more clear. But I wasn't mad at the draw. I wouldn't mind seeing them doing it again either. That was a great fight, bro. Great fight. In the build-up, You had Callum Walsh and Fernando Vargas. You know, Fernando was popping it. You know, he was he was looking real confident. He was saying, you know what I'm saying? They gonna show they made him. I'm gonna show they made a mistake. You know, the fight happens, and Callum Walsh had a lot of bouncy in and out movement. He was working in spurts, and at first, to me, like in the beginning of the fight, Fernando Vargas looked a little nervous. Then he settled in and started landing some nice body shots. Started being more aggressive, and it was a good fight. You know, I thought that one could possibly end in a knockout too. But, you know, congrats to Callum Walsh. You know, he did his thing. You know, it was a good fight, good performance. I'm interested to see like who Callum Walsh gonna fight next. Now in the build up, you had hold on. Let me rewind. I gotta rewind to the fucking prelim. Because damn, I forget his name. But the guy that Marco Verde was fighting, he beat Nico Ali Wash. And I'm thinking it was gonna be a tough fight. You know, I didn't watch the full fight, but I could tell Verde was cooking him. He was teeing off on him. But that stoppage looked a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The stoppage looked a little crazy, bro. Like, yeah, you know, sometimes these refs jump the gun, man. They jump the gun. And I think that was one of those moments. You know, as far as Steven Nelson, you know, for those of you who been tapped into the lives, you know, my best friend was supposed to fight Steven Nelson. They got pulled or whatever. And I knew my bro was gonna cook him, bro, if that fight wasn't canceled. Yesterday, I was surprised though. Like, I thought Steven was gonna beat Santana. I thought it was gonna be a good fight though, but I thought Steven Nelson was gonna beat him, man. I was shocked. To see a stoppage in the first round. A lot of people felt like the stoppage was premature, but, you know, he was getting hit flush and kind of wasn't really reacting. But I don't know, man. You know, I'm interested to see what Steven Nelson does next. But yeah, shout out to Santana, man. Santana, he earned him some more money doing that. But yeah, them prelims. Also, you had, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to just say Ditchko. I'm going to say that's his name. Maybe that's not his name. But we had him fighting Jermaine Franklin. I always thought Jermaine Franklin was a sharp, skilled fighter, a heavyweight. I remember watching his fight with Anthony Joshua, and Joshua didn't stop him. I'm like, okay, he got a little something. And yesterday, I thought he was turning the fight around. I wasn't sure if he was winning, if he was about to win, but I definitely thought he came back in the fight. And he was landing them right hands on Ditchko, if that's how you say his name. And yeah, shout out to Jermaine Franklin. I want to see him get another opportunity. Now I move. Before I get into the main card, I am going to look at what y'all saying, because I wasn't looking at what y'all was saying. But, he said Billy should have been co-main. Honestly, facts. Somebody said T-Bud beats Floyd. Damn! That ain't a crazy take, you know, but we'll never know. Somebody said T.O. should fight Lamont Roach. That's a good fight, but I believe T.O. about to fight Shakur, and his plan's gonna get spoiled. Lil Brave said, "What's the word, champ? What up, Lil Brave? What's good with you?" Troy McKee said Kermel Moton versus Shakur Stevenson. I don't know about all that. I want to see Kermel keep working. Keep working his way up. Shakur Stevenson versus Lamont Roach. Now, that's a good fight. That's a good one. Abdullah versus Kermel. That's a good one. Klitschko was guy. Heavyweight. Klitschko was the truth. I remember being at work. I was at work one day, and Klitschko was fighting Anthony Joshua. I was supposed to be on my lunch break. I was supposed to be on my 15, right? I said, fuck that 15. I watched the whole fight. I said, fuck that 15. I watched the whole fight in the break room. Do something. Man, and Joshua was getting his ass clipped a little bit. But he got the stoppage. It was a good fight. But yeah, let me know if y'all want to talk about the Crawford and Canelo. If y'all want to pull up after I'm gonna give my little spiel, then y'all could pull up. But we get into the main fight, man. Before all in the build up, really ever since the fight was talked about from I think 2-3 years ago. Initially, when I heard it, I was like, bro, I don't like that for Crawford, bro. Like, he jumping up there. He ain't felt how 168 feel at all. He just jumping up there. And Canelo, even though he ain't been going crazy as he once was, I feel like he was gonna lock in for that fight. I think his last real good performance was planning Charlo. The Munguia fight was cool, but I'm like, I feel like Canelo gonna get up for this one, So I was a little worried for Bud. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I knew Bud could outbox him. I knew if he could take his punch, he had the skills to beat him. But I still was giving Canelo a lot of respect. I didn't want to just say, Crawford gonna cook him. You feel me? But Crawford cooked. But before I get into the fight, I got to talk about the build-up. The build-up, you had Crawford saying, I'm going to step on him just like everybody else. He going to be just like the nobodies they say I fight. He said all that. And what'd he do? He cooked. So when Bud talking, it's like, you got to listen. I don't know why anybody would doubt Bud at this point, Only thing that'll worry me with Bud is just moving up too much, at this point. Like, in the build-up, you had Bud getting in his face, like, kind of agitating him a little bit. Just filling him out. And I'm like, I like his I was liking his confidence, the whole build-up. And he just seemed lasered in, and it translated on fight night, man. You had the fight starts, right? Crawford is boxing. He moving. The first round, it wasn't too much action, but it still let me know, oh yeah, Bud can definitely outbox him for sure. Even though I already knew that, I'm like, okay. You get second round, third round. I'm like, yeah, Crawford gonna win this. Only way he can lose this is if he gets too greedy and Canelo catch him with something. I'm 3-4 rounds in and I'm already knowing Canelo's not winning this decision. He's not outboxing Crawford. You had a lot of moments where Crawford was turning him. He was catching them flush with shots. If y'all seen my live before, I was saying Canelo, even though he got fights where he get hit, he also don't get hit flush as much against, most of his opposition. In this fight, I was seeing his ass getting hit flush. I was seeing that neck snap back. And that's credit to Crawford, man. Crawford's just different. Crawford, footwork, everything was just on point. His power, I could tell Canelo respected his power. Canelo was just one step behind the whole fight, in my opinion. Canelo landed some body shots here and there. He was trying to find a home with his right hand. And Crawford had them muffs up. He had them motherfuckers up. He was blocking a lot of that shit. I'm like, damn. Bud was sharp, man. Bud was sharp. As usual. I thought the power could slow him down a little bit. Absolutely not. He didn't slow down one bit. It made Canelo look just like everybody else. And I was like, damn. Only difference, Bud done put some shit to bed before. He done hurt some shit. Now, I don't think he was hurting Canelo, but I definitely know he was frustrating Canelo. With his speed, with his boxing ability, with his footwork, with his movement, with his feints. We done seen Canelo be real effective off feints. He couldn't be effective off feints yesterday at all. Like, Crawford was just a ring general in there, man. Like, just different, It was a beautiful performance, man. It was moments where I didn't want Bud to get greedy. I'm like, don't stand there with him too much and let him in the fight. Bud stood there with him and said, I'm about to beat your ass. And that's what he did. He stood there with him and showed he can outwill him, outskill him. He beat him at everything in there, It was, I was shocked, bro. And not because he won, just how he won. Like, I don't know how y'all had that shit, but I had Bud having at least 9 of them rounds for sure. I don't know where the fuck someone seen 7 rounds. I don't know where you get, my bad, not 7. Yeah, 7. I don't know how you give Canelo 5 rounds. I didn't see it at all. I definitely just thought it was a masterclass, man. He not gonna move up. So if he goes to 160, would he be vacating the belts? I don't think he gotta vacate the belts if he fight at 160. But obviously they probably gonna give him some type of mandatory or something. But said what he said and did what he said every fight. Word. And he didn't even fucking need the knockout. Like, sometimes Bud fighting, I'll be like, okay, step on it now, get him out of there. But this one, I didn't even feel like he needed that shit. It was like, he's cooking. That shit beautiful. This shit is beautiful. Yeah, he gonna vacate and Canelo gonna get them all back. Maybe, we'll see. Bud a better boxer, Canelo a better fighter. It's a difference. I don't think he's a better fighter. He didn't show he was the better fighter last night. Last night, even when they was banging in the pocket, Crawford them combinations was beautiful. And I was just like, damn. Whether I feel like Canelo still the same, whether he at his best, regardless of whatever Canelo was, Crawford did his part and he cooked. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful, bro. I'm waiting on Turkey to post that shit. Ever since Turkey came in the game, Turkey he posts the fights within like a day or two. He need to post that shit. I'm trying to show it to my granny. He need to go and post it. But man, Bud's just special, bro. Like, I could go on all day. Like, he's really He's really him, bro. Like, you had Canelo after the fight saying Terrence Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. And, you know, usually when people say somebody better than Floyd Mayweather, I'd be like, man, you don't get the fuck. But I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. I cannot be mad at it. You know, if he feel like Crawford a better fighter, you know, I can't fault him, you know. He was in there with both of them. You know, obviously in different times, but he was in there with both of them. And he feel how he feel, you know what I'm saying? Thrill Boxing is the face of boxing news. You heard? Shout out to you, Flint Boxing News, because I'm just, you know, I'm just doing me cooking every day. You feel me? That's all I'm doing is cooking. I be cooking up. Word. I felt that. Real Boxing is the face of boxing news. Enjoyed it so much. See, feel me? I appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? Turkey is the best thing that ever happened on boxing. We gotta see him. I gotta see him put in a little more work to say all that. Nothing but greatness, especially how Bud was in the pocket. Facts. Facts. Last night was a true boxing match. Facts. It was beautiful, bro. Like, I'm talking straight masterclass, bro. Like, it was beautiful work, man. Like, Bud in a long time. You know, you got guys that's just one-on-one. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Let me know if my connection good. Let me know if my connection good. Let me know if my connection good. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm guessing my connection is good. But yeah, you got guys that's just one-on-one, bro. You just got guys that's just special. You know, and Bud is one-on-one. Bud is it ain't gonna be another Bud for a while, you know. And I'm just glad I got to witness this shit live. You know, I didn't get to see Sugar Ray live, Sugar Ray Robinson or Leonard. I didn't get to see Ali live. I didn't get to see Tyson live because I was a little baby. You know, I didn't get to see Roy Jones before I was, watching boxing. Like, it's a lot of special fighters I didn't get to see. I got to see Floyd. I got to see Pacquiao, which is our two one-on-ones, you know. And I got to see Bud Crawford, you know. And he's him, bro. Like yeah. I'm having mixed feelings. Like, I don't know if I want him to just retire. I don't know if I want him to fight twice. I don't know if I want him to fight once. I don't want him to fight too long, though. You know, we done seen all we needed to see with Bud, you know. But I got a feeling, Bud, y'all know Bud got that competitive just spirit. So y'all know Bud ain't just gonna want to retire and just ride off in the sunset. Y'all already know. So I'm thinking we probably see Bud once or twice again. Now, how are we gonna see him is the question. Are we gonna see a rematch with Canelo? Are we gonna see him go to 160? You know, I want to see, man. I want to know. Like, there's a lot of things Bud can do. The sky's really the limit for him. You know, he 37, he about to be 38. But the motherfucker fight like he 30. Better fact, he fight like he 25. So, it's just all about what he want to do, you know. Canelo, what's next for Canelo? I think Canelo, obviously, I don't see Bud holding the belts hostage too long. So I'm pretty sure Canelo gonna get a snag at one of them titles when he vacate. But in the meantime, Canelo could he got a lot of things he can do. He got a lot of guys he could fight. it obviously doesn't have the same luster when he's not the undisputed champion anymore. But he definitely could still fight someone in the meantime. Maybe 2 fights. Maybe go for the rematch. I don't think Canelo wins the rematch. I think he can do better in a rematch, but I don't think he wins the rematch. If Jake Paul wasn't fighting Tank, that'd be some easy money. Y'all know he bluffed with Jake. He sent Jake a contract and didn't end up doing it. But if that was like something to do, some easy money, I could see him doing that. Because I don't think Canelo really wanna fight the young, hungry lions at this point. I think he just in that last little stretch of his career. I think Canelo ready to go golf, man. And I applaud him because he was still at the top, making hundreds of millions. Still at the top, still looking good. And I just think, that hunger, that same drive, that his body. I just feel like a lot of things are not gonna be the same if he keeps fighting too much longer. I think Canelo max got two more years in the game, and then I think he probably gonna wrap it up. He said he want to fight till he 37. I believe he just turned. Wait, did he say 37 or 39? I can't remember, but one of those ages. Oh, he said 4 more years, and that was last year. So yeah, so he kind of on pace for what I'm saying. Like, I think he only got like a good 2 more years, and then he gonna wrap it up. But it's a lot of money fight still for him, and we'll see, man. I'm a big Canelo fan, man, but I don't want to see him just fighting just to fight, just for money and having lackluster performances. His last 2 performances definitely lackluster. I thought he could stop tongue-tied. I thought he could stop William Skull, and he didn't. Bud, I felt like he could have gave Bud more trouble, and he didn't. But we'll see, man. We'll see how he can, where he goes from here. But one thing I do applaud, bro, is Canelo's resume, bro. Like, Canelo got a fucking resume. Like, I'm talking, this dude done fought everybody, bro. Like, everybody but he fought Cotto, Triple G, Shane Mosley, Floyd, Bivol, Crawford, Charlo, Danny Jacobs, fucking Callum Smith. Like, so many people, like, so many names that end up having some good, solid careers. And, I don't know how many more names he wants to fight, but if he was to say, I'm done tomorrow, he had a great career, and he's one of the best to do it, and definitely one of the best Mexicans to do it. I definitely think he's easily top 5 Mexican of all time. It's not going to be a rematch. Bud made history, and neither have nothing to gain. He going to take back over 168. Just watch. We'll see. After what I seen last night, though, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Hamza Shiraz will give Canelo trouble. I don't know about fucking Christian Mobility. Canelo will cook Christian Mobility. I don't care. But it's a few guys that'll give Canelo some trouble, He really does fight like he's in his 20s. He's that guy. I'm hoping 160 with the mega payday. Word. It ain't too much for Bud at 160. You got Janabek, who's champion. Janabek, I believe, got 2 or 3 titles. No, 2 titles. You got Arislandi Lara, who Canelo also fought. He got a title, but he 40. He 40. I don't want Bud to go and do blur like that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Then you got Carlos Adames, who Bud sparred some years ago. He got a title. So, the title's a little scattered, but I can't see Bud fighting all three of them to go undisputed. But we'll see, man. We'll see. All that stalking, load up, single shot shit is done. Yeah, I think Canelo got a little too predictable. And, after that 168 run, which was a great run, a lot of people call it the Euro Tour, the European Tour. But I loved Canelo's run at 68. I think that was his last, great run. And I think, hold on, I got a little sidetracked, my bad. I had a little brain fart. What was I talking about? Oh, I think he just got a little too predictable after that run. He was stopping all of them people at 168, and then he just stopped stopping everybody. He just went on a drought of KOs. And, yeah, I think it's mainly because people know how to prepare for Canelo. And, he pretty much does the same thing in these fights, man. I seen him adjust versus Triple G in that second fight, in that rematch. But I haven't seen him make those adjustments in these last couple years, Who better, Pac-Man or Canelo? Pac-Man. Pac-Man, not by a lot, but I don't know, because, Pac-Man was having all them close fights with niggas and shit, out having all them draws and having to get his get back. But I still say Pacquiao. Pacquiao just special. And you know what's crazy that you said that? I got Pacquiao on my shirt. Man. Y'all could get this shirt, actually. If y'all want to buy that shirt, y'all could buy that shirt. But yeah, I think Pacquiao just special, just 1-on-1. And he can do a lot of things, bro. His work rate was crazy. He was fucking energetic. He threw fucking 8 punches at a time. Pacquiao was different, bro. He's him. Fight David, big money fight, retire. No. At this point, I don't even want Canelo and Benavidez. When I thought it was a 50-50 fight, that's when I wanted it. But now, I feel like Benavidez stops Canelo. I've been feeling like that for 3 fights now. And it just feel more and more every time. I just feel like, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, his work rate is too much for Canelo, bro. It's too much. He not fighting David. That man will kill Canelo. Bro, Benavidez is a force, bro. Y'all seen how Bivol did Canelo. Benavidez is going to be hitting that motherfucker with a million punches. A million gazillion punches. And he going to be faster in there. Nah, Benavidez will smoke Canelo. Canelo knows it too. That's why he avoided it. That's what I'm saying. Size, reach, speed. Exactly. And at this point, I don't know. I don't think Canelo could hurt him. I used to think he could. But I don't think Canelo can hurt Benavidez. It's a lot. It's a lot against him in that fight. Youth, speed, size. Man. Benavidez will get Canelo hell and stop him, bro. Facts. Listen, I don't even want it no more. I wanted that. I was begging for it. I don't even want it no more, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, man, if any of y'all want to join the live and get y'all thoughts on the fight. Oh, damn, I meant to pin that. Hold on. Y'all got a request to join the live, man. If y'all wanna get y'all take on the fight. Let's talk boxing, man. Request to join, man. Request to join. Cause I definitely think, yeah. I don't want him to fight Benavidez, man. I don't want him to fight him. I'ma just let y'all know that right now. I'ma just let y'all know that right motherfucking now. I don't want him to fight him, man. You know. I accepted you. Let's see. Let's see. My thing taking long to load. All right, here we go. What's good, man?
Yo, what up, man? What's
How
happening?
you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm chilling. I mean, I'm feeling better than the Canelo fans, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now I'm a Canelo fan, but I'm more of a Crawford fan. And,
Yeah,
you
you know
know,
what? Honestly, like I went for Canelo to win the fight. Like morally, I was like, yo, Canelo's a fellow Latino. I'm gonna go for him. If he has that size advantage, it's not like he's not skilled. He's a world class boxer, elite. So I kind of thought like, okay, he should be winning this fight. Logic says Canelo should be winning. But I also knew that Crawford is the far better boxer. He has less mileage, even though he's older. That's what people don't people like don't take account into that. It's like, yeah, Crawford's older by a couple of years, but he's had less brutal fights. Canelo's got, you know, he's got a lot of fights, way more than Crawford does, and he's been in more brutal fights. So it's like
yeah,
it kind of looked like, you know, he just didn't look like. I mean, Crawford just straight up outboxed him, so Canelo couldn't look like himself.
yeah.
But even then, when Canelo did get a chance to throw his power shot, it didn't have that same sting like you would normally see.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I think I was watching a lot of Canelo at 154, and I
yeah,
feel like it's
that
certain things
Canelo.
that's just
Yeah,
long gone from Canelo, and he still found a way to still dominate at 168.
yeah.
But I feel like even the way he was dominating at 168, I feel like that Crawford could beat that style.
No, it's definitely
But,
saw because Canelo's always struggled with boxers. Somebody said he don't want to hear none of that, but it's just like here. If you have been a boxer yourself, you'll know that having a certain weight, like not having to cut certain weight actually does really good for you. So Crawford didn't have to cut no weight. The only thing he
yeah,
had to worry about was just preparing for the fight and, build a little bit of muscle. But, you know, Ayo,
yeah. What's up, Chevy?
what up?
Listen, so y'all know I gave my prediction, right? Because Canelo fan. But you also know that I said Bud could.
I think she cut off.
Let me. I'm a
I think
booter.
she's probably gonna say the same thing. I'm like, I was saying too that Bud can definitely win this fight. Like he can, yeah, that's what she was gonna say. That Bud could definitely win this fight. He can definitely outbox him, and which he did.
Yeah,
All he had to do was stay disciplined and box the perfect fight, keep Canelo out of range, and move. And that's
I was
exactly what he did.
I was super impressed at how how much he wasn't allowing Canelo to catch him clean. Like he was blocking a lot of
Yeah,
the shots. He had a tight
yeah,
guard, and when he's
yeah. That
moving
left
out,
hand stay. Oh
he
yeah,
blocking those shots. Canelo just couldn't get nothing he wanted. Even the body shots, it was like a lot of them. Crawford was moving out, or he was getting it right back after Canelo scored to the body. He was probably scoring right back, and Canelo just could never find the rhythm he wanted.
no.
And
And that's
Crawford.
the problem with just, and that's the problem with power punchers. Once you figure out there's not much of a rhythm to them, they always telegraph. You can always see it coming, and once you figure that out, they have a difficult time because they're so used to just backing guys up, guys get intimidated, and then once a guy can take his shots, once a guy just knows his rhythm, they don't really know what to do because most of them are on quicksand.
Request again, Chevy. But yeah, yeah, man. I was loving the footwork.
Yeah.
I think I knew Crawford footwork would give him trouble. Canelo got to set his feet to land a lot of shots. He
Hmm.
load up on a lot of shots, and Crawford just wasn't allowing him to load up nothing. Uh, that really could hurt him. You know, and even when he did, like I said, when he did get something off, you had Crawford standing there with him toe to toe, and he was delivering back. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
I
want
was
to. I didn't
surprised.
think he was gonna stand there that much.
I said, what? I was so surprised on that part. I said, no way this is going on right now.
Bro,
But
he was standing there with him. It was, I think it was like the ninth round. I believe it was the ninth round. He stood there with him, giving him combo. Like, I'm like, damn. So
and he had the better exchange. That's the craziest part.
yeah, yeah.
What's going
So
on, y'all? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. What's
Yep.
your
Okay,
thoughts? What's your
listen.
thoughts?
So like I was saying, I gave my prediction. I had Canelo winning. I actually had Canelo winning by a stoppage, is what I thought. And like I said, that was my boxing brain going with that, right? But my heart, and listen, I was in that stadium cheering for Bud because I said also that Bud could easily do what he did last night. Bud had all the skills. For me, the only question was, could he take the power? He took the
Hmm.
power and gave the power. Canelo still, as the biggest champion that he is, and the years that he's had in boxing, he still cannot cut off the ring. And Bud
Yeah,
made sure he did not even have the opportunity to do that. The combinations, the jab is the punch of the night. The jab
Yep.
was just, I mean, it was just a master class. At the end of the day, Bud is that guy, okay?
Yep.
And if you have any question after last night, like go somewhere. Now, this is the part where I found interesting. Two things. One, the scorecards. 115, 113, I thought was insane.
insane.
That's
Crazy one.
crazy. Insane. But then also, if you look at the punch stats, Canelo outlanded Bud most of the fight, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Because
Crazy.
cap.
looking at it
I,
live, watching live, Bud was
hey,
piecing up, boy.
one
But
thing, one thing I always say is punch stats be fucking cap. Punch
It is
stats
cat.
be cap. Like, bro, no way he outlanded Crawford. No, in no way did he outland Crawford.
Yeah.
I
If
know
for
what I
anybody
see.
who doesn't know, like anybody who's watching who doesn't know how the punch stats work, it's a person holding a button that will tap on the button for whoever's landing the punch. So this is like
Exactly.
by a human,
And
not by a computer.
they
exactly.
So
need the
perfect to
AI
break
for
down.
that.
And I
Bring
and
the
I
AI
Yep.
know
for that.
and I know how it is being like ringside when you looking at it, because I done literally sat next to the judges, right? In multiple fights. And sometimes you might think a shot landing. A lot of those shots, Crawford blocking like this. Crawford
Hmm.
he going out, but so I think a lot of the time these judges are seeing things, and I know if they seen the replay, they'd be like, "Damn,
Yeah, like that. Those stats were crazy too. But the scorecard for me. And I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of trainers, a lot of people who have the eye for seeing, and some of them actually said they were not upset with the scorecards. Now these some of your favorite trainers, and I was like,
man,
what
listen."
am I
No,
missing? What's the
I
disconnect? Because I thought that was
I
bullshit.
believe one of the scorecards was 117, 111. So what's
Right. It was one
uh
sixteen,
I
one
had
twelve.
Canelo winning like
That one I was okay with.
2 rounds, maybe three if you want to push it.
I I feel like
Yeah, I give Canelo
Crawford
three,
got nine
possibly
rounds.
four.
I gave Crawford 9 rounds, man.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds about right.
Exactly, like those
and if I'm
scorecards
being
were
honest,
crazy.
the rounds I was giving Canelo, I was being generous. Like I felt like every round Canelo got was a close round. I didn't feel like he had
Mm-hmm.
any dominant rounds. I feel like
The
he didn't
fourth,
have
the fourth round. I think the
huh?
I
fourth
just
round was probably the most dominant.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that was a good one for Canelo. I
yeah,
can give him
Yeah.
that.
he was touching a body in that round, huh?
Yep, and then he
Listen, this
landed it.
logo, and that was the thing. And once he did that, and Bud came back with the smile, I said, oh no, Bud ain't losing this fight. There's no way. There's no way
Hmm.
Bud losing that fight. He took that shot, smiled, and then hit his ass with a combination. It was
And I
like,
could tell
come on, Bud.
Bud wanted to press the action a little bit more, but he wanted to stay disciplined and not let Canelo in the fight.
Exactly.
I could tell
Exactly.
Hmm.
he didn't want to
One
get too
punch could
reckless.
just end it.
Oh
Who
yeah.
said it was a draw? Delete
He
them.
trolled.
Block them.
Whoa,
No,
Block
whoa! It
them.
was a draw, buddy.
he trolled.
Block them
He trolled.
He
immediately.
said, delete him.
I could tell Canelo. I mean Crawford felt like I could press the action and try to stop him, but felt like he also didn't want to get greedy. He didn't want to
Mhm.
be stupid. He had the fight in the bag.
Um,
Now
it
you
was
know the
great.
great.
Listen, let me say this because I'm about to go head into the airport. It was great to be in there. Bitch, block yourself, block your mama. How about that? It was great it was great to be in there. The atmosphere was crazy. I mean, wow, what a moment yesterday. I thought the Amanda Serrano in New York was amazing last
That
night.
was
And
insane.
then
That was insane.
and then my favorite part though, the Bud. Come on, Bud came out with the mariachi. Yo, there were so many people around me. They like, Canelo's coming out the blue court first.
Yeah,
I
he's coming
said,
up
nah,
first.
that's Bud.
Hey,
That's
ignore,
crazy.
ignore him. But I
Your
I
mom should have swallowed you. Ah, if
I
she had done that, you wouldn't get all this greatness.
I would I
Yeah.
would when I seen Bud walking out, I'm like, bro, he watching fucking Desperado. He watching Desperado. I knew what it was, Desperado,
Hmm.
Muhammad.
Mhm.
But um, I just felt like Bud was locked in this whole time. I felt like he knew what he was capable of, and just
Like he said,
I,
they asked him, at what point did you know you were going to win the fight? He said, when he signed
Mm,
the contract. I said,
that's
mic
confidence.
drop, mic drop.
yeah,
That's
That's it
confidence,
right
bro.
there. When you
and
have somebody determined like that and with that mindset, you're not going to beat them. It don't
before
matter. You're not going to beat them.
I want to
All
know.
right, I got to get out of here, y'all. I love
Wait, wait,
y'all. I'll talk to you
wait,
later.
wait.
Hey,
I had
I'm
to ask
here.
you something. I had to ask you something. Before you go, tell me who you want Crawford to fight and who you want Canelo to fight.
What? Hold on, I couldn't hear it. What?
Before you
I
go,
didn't.
you want Crawford to fight, who you want Canelo to fight.
Next?
Mm,
Yeah,
Uh, listen, I gotta see Canelo get back with Bivol, and then
that would be
I don't
nice.
know. I don't know. Crawford and Bivol. I don't think Crawford can do that. I really
No,
don't
it's
think he
too
can do
much.
that. I don't know. I ain't taking that away from Bud. Listen, we saw the greatness last night, but I still don't know. Like, you know what I mean? But I think those two would be great.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Canelo get no get back with nobody.
I
No.
can't hear you. What?
And I said he's not getting no get back with nobody. I'm gonna tell you, Bud is not moving up to 75, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But I think Bud might go to 160. If he could go to 160,
Hey,
um, honestly,
maybe one of them could fight the winner of. I mean, one of them could fight either Lester Martinez or Christian and Billy. Could fight those guys.
well, Bud is Lester.
Listen, like I said about Canelo prior to this fight, neither one of them owe nobody nothing else.
They,
No, no, they don't owe nobody nothing else. I know as boxing fans we want to see all of it, the greats and all of that.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going home.
they can
Y'all can
retire.
have this.
They can retire now.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Retire now in they Hall of Fame. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
all.
I mean,
Know.
Exactly. All right, y'all. I
Canelo
gotta
did
get up out of here. Go
almost.
get on the plane. I'll talk to y'all.
All right, peace
All
out.
right, easy.
So what about and who you want to see? You said Lester, but Canelo and Lester is stable mates, so we won't see that. We gonna
No, so it would have to be the Canadian Christian and Billy. It would have to be him.
Billy.
Canelo fight him. That because that's a perfect fight for Canelo. A
Yeah,
guy who stands right in front of you. But
yeah,
I don't know. 'Cause, he's much more fresh. Canelo's he's got mileage on him.
yeah.
So
Canelo. I think Canelo could use some time off.
yeah, he needs it.
He been busy. He got 70 fights, a lot of wear and tear on him.
And he's been fighting for what, like 2, 3 times a year for how many years now?
Yeah. I think I'm starting to feel like that year for Crawford is like doing a lot for him. Like when he takes that year off, he done took
Mm.
a year off with a lot of fights, and he come back.
Yeah,
Nothing happened. So I'm starting to feel like Canelo might need to rejuvenate like that and just take some time off. Because we got him fighting twice a year, sometimes
yeah,
3 fights. So
yeah. Because yeah, he wants to have that Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day.
yeah,
So
he running it up. He getting that money, but
yeah,
to look good, I think he might need a little break.
He does. At the same time, I honestly feel like you know, because he is where he is now in his position that, he's been the world champion, he's making that money, he's got the fame, you know what I mean? He's got everything. It's like I feel like part of him has been sleeping in silk. He has not been, as hungry as he used to be.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's hungry to a certain extent. Like I think he still wants more out of boxing, but and I think he still want to reach new heights in different ways. But I think as far as just getting better as a fighter, I don't think he wants to. He's improving as a fighter. Like I think he's who he is, and that's just what it is. Like
Yeah, his way, no way. That's the Canelo mindset, and that's why people have been a lot of people have been like, hating on him or whatever, because it's always has to be his way. It's like, okay, we get it that you're the star or whatever, but like, dude, you can't be like that. You can't be butthurt if somebody opposes to you. You know what I mean? Because Canelo does like his yes mans. You can tell.
he said, that's why Canelo not good now. Now you just said he should choose an opponent who gonna stand there in front of him. Like how that makes sense. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
that style is more suitable for Canelo. You know, a guy that's gonna just be right there, not a guy that's moving his feet, not a guy that's turning and pivoting and giving them angles. You
Yeah.
know, he excels when the guy's just right there. You know,
No, for sure. But no, he is right when wanted to see intelligent boxing, the high level boxing IQ, for sure. But I mean, for an event like last night, that's where there's a lot of people who don't know boxing, a lot of casuals coming in. That's where entertainment comes in. That's where like the firefights have to happen. But I mean, we had a firefight yesterday. That's like entertaining and it was high level IQ. So we had the best of both worlds there.
yeah.
So
Uh,
you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, like it's definitely one of those, like, we're bringing in people that have never seen boxing now that it's here. And it's kind of like you just bring them in, you give them something, then it's like they start learning about the sport a little bit. And then it's like, oh, this is the real boxing. This is the real IQ. You know what I mean? And
bro,
they're going to learn that not every fight's going to be like rock 'em, sock 'em.
but
There's going to be a lot of thinkers. It's a
man,
thinking man sport.
doing that in front of 70,000 people, beating Canelo in front
Yeah.
of millions and 7,000, 70,000 in the crowd, amazing. Like
Probably
he had,
60,000 of them were Mexican.
you said what?
Probably 60,000 of them were Mexican.
Man, they were. Hey man, I was laughing. I don't know about you, but I was laughing because they was quiet as fuck when the fight ended.
Hmm.
The fight ended, and you heard it was just like that with Spence as well. Like when you seen Crawford won, like the crowd was like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of what the fuck just had. It was a lot of quiet.
Yeah.
You know, like that's when you know a guy is special when he got a crowd quiet. When he go, fight someone and the crowd is like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
Like it's rare that we see that those type of performances against high level fighters. Like we had that with Spence. We had that with I think the crowd wasn't like probably I don't remember, but with Usyk and like Fury, like
Oh man, yeah.
did his shit. Like it's not that many where two high level fighters fight and one just wow the crowd like damn what
Hmm.
did this do. And we just keep getting those performances from Bud, and it's crazy, bro.
No, for sure. I wouldn't even be mad if he retired now.
Yeah, I want
I
him. I
wouldn't be
want
mad.
him. I want him to do whatever he want in his next fight, and then I want him to wrap it up.
Yeah, no, just
Because it's
wrap it
like
up on top.
I truly believe in like quitting while you ahead, like just you know, yeah,
After after you've done the impossible like multiple times,
yeah.
you silence the doubters.
I don't want him to wait around till he get beat. I don't want him to move up to 175, and then it's
No,
too much weight.
no, that's too much.
Yeah, I just want to see him, go out on top. And he definitely on top.
Oh yeah,
I don't even think the pound for pound shit, the number one spot is a debate right now. Like
no,
I had Usyk and him at the top, and it's like I can't put Usyk above Crawford. I can't put Inoue
no.
above Crawford. Like and
Yeah,
And it's not even a fight they can have that'll make you put. It's not even a fight that they can have that'll make you put Usyk above Crawford right now, or make you put Inoue above Crawford right now. I feel like the number one spot is like clear, you know.
Yeah, like
So
by a landslide. But yo, I gotta head out right now.
yeah, man, good talking to you, man. I'm gonna
Good
put this
talk to you, man.
on YouTube, man. So if you want to clip it or
What's that?
yeah,
What's that?
can I'm gonna put it on there soon.
All right.
All right, good talking to you, man.
Yeah, good talk
Talk
to you,
to you.
man.
All right,
All right, easy.
yeah. If any of y'all want to join the live before I get off, let me know. Shout out to you, Bambi. I think you just clicked in. Shout out to Bambi, man. But yeah, he said can he? Oh, he can beat Floyd's 50-0. I mean, he can, but for what? What is he gonna gain? Like, he gonna get some money. He got 8 more fights. I don't think Crawford want to fight 8 more fights. You know, like, and you got to do the math. Crawford is fighting once a year. You know, you gonna fight 3 times a year for 2 more years, 3 more years. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So I think like I said, I think Crawford should just do what he want, 1 more fight and wrap it up, man. Go out on top. He shouldn't take 8 fights. Exactly. I can't even think of eight people I want Crawford to fight, bro. Like, to be honest, I just really want him to fight Charlo for the fuck of it and just retire. I feel like him and Charlo, they could have one little good rivalry and cap it off. And I know a lot of people gonna write uh Charlo off, but I still give Charlo a good chance. I think Charlo is a great fighter. I think he was in over his head when he fought Canelo, and the weight wasn't for him, and he knew it in the first round, and he was like, "Fuck this," and he just, you know, I hear you, he done well. If he wants to keep fighting for a bit, then go for it. I agree. He should keep that perfect record. Yeah, I don't see what Crawford really gets out of going 50-0. You know, I don't really see what he'll get out of that. Other than the money, and maybe another undisputed. I don't see what he gets out of that. Bud better than Floyd. You commented that. And I ain't mad at you saying that. I don't. I feel like Floyd is the best we ever seen, man. His defense is second to none. He can stand right there with you, and he could do everything, especially Pretty Boy Floyd. And even when he had bad hands, he was still in front of guys going toe to toe. Like, you look at the Cotto fight, like, he was special. So I still got Floyd as my one, but I'm not mad at you at all if you put Bud as your GOAT, because I think he top 5 and he ain't 5. That's just what I think. If you asking me, I can't give you no in order. I can't give you an in order. I didn't watch Sugar Ray Robinson, so I'd be cap if I put Sugar Ray Robinson in my top 5 just because I heard other people doing it. I think Sugar Ray Leonard, Ali, Floyd, Crawford, and I don't know who my 5 is. But I know I got them in my 5. That's all I know. That's all I know is I got them in my 5. Crawford versus Mayweather. Brother, Mayweather is 47 years old. Crawford versus Pac-Man. Pac-Man is 46 years old, brother. I know he just fought Barrios, but he shouldn't even did that shit. He shouldn't even did that. Barrios, Barrios was getting touched too, but I don't want Pacquiao to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I want Pacquiao to chill. Pacquiao might fucking fight Rolly next or something. And he gonna piss me off. Um, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan dominated the amateur world championships again. I don't know what happened to my live. I am gonna end soon, but I do got a little bit more to say. It's Thrill Boxing Magazine. You know, you watched the previous live, I was just talking Canelo Crawford. Do I have anything else to say? I might not have anything else to say. But what I do want to say is I am going live again, probably tomorrow. I want y'all to subscribe to my YouTube. Mike Thrill, baby. And yeah, man. I'm gonna be going live a little bit more. I'm gonna be having some guests. So, yeah. I want y'all to join up. If any of y'all want to join up right now and talk Canelo Crawford, don't request to join. Let me put that in the chat. Let's talk boxing. Come on. Let me pin that. So you made some money on Crawford. Bro in the comments standing on business, he say I made some bread. He say I made some money. I fucks with it. I don't bet. I'm scarred from betting. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am scarred from betting. I'm not gonna tell y'all who I betted on. Matter of fact, I'll tell you. I lost money on on Devin Haney before. I lost some money on Adrian Bronner. I lost some money on Ray Ford when he lost to Nick Ball. I lost a little bit of money in like a month. So I was like, you know what? This shit ain't for me. And I just stopped. I stopped all parlays. I left that parlay shit in last year. I ain't never hit a parlay. Cause you know why I do? I do like 8 legs, 10 legs. And it's always at least 2 motherfuckers losing. So, you know. But that's boxing, man. That's boxing. You big money. Nah, man, you got the money, man. You bet on Crawford, man. Let me hold something, man. I heard you won like 20,000. That's what they telling me. They telling me you won like 20,000. Canvas Culture Media, what's up? If anybody want to join, talk Canelo Crawford, I want y'all to join up. I ain't gonna be live too long. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, if you watched the live, if you watched the previous live, I kind of already said everything. You know what I'm saying? I kind of already said everything. What's up from Brazil? What's up, man? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Brazil. Oh yeah, I had some more things I did want to talk about, but I want to have guests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live. I'm going to tell y'all, go to Mike Thrill Baby on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm having guests soon. Might have a guest tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe. Mike Thrill Baby on YouTube. The Thrill Boxing Show is returning, man. The Thrill Boxing Show is returning. Now, this is like a pilot. Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be able to watch what y'all missed. Everybody in this chat right now, y'all gonna be able to watch what y'all just missed on my YouTube. But yeah, I couldn't sign out on the last one, so I'm gonna sign out on this one. This is Thrill Boxing Magazine. I'm your host, Mike Thrill, baby. Let's talk boxing, man. Y'all get up out of here, man.